Good evening, everyone, and welcome on a Friday evening. You Give Hope Fridays. We welcome you together with Efficacy EVA and the Ubeli Initiative. Every Friday, we come together and try to share and spread that love, that unity, that togetherness through the African diaspora. And we're here with you. It's been a year since we've been in a very different situation. And for some people, the situation is now normal. It's the new normal. And now they have to flip it on its head once again in a lot of places. So we're going to be on another journey. We're going to continue journeys as we move through into April. But You Give Hope Fridays is a place where it is you can come, offload, relax, and just have some fun, have some laughs, and then also hear the musical stories, poems, and contributions by so many artists that has graced us through, well, almost through the last year. So we thank you all. Good evening, Dr. Yanzi. If it is you want to shed a little light on the Rebellion Initiative as a whole together with the Efficacy EVA.
Hello, good evening. Welcome. Thank you, Super Trini Vibes. Welcome everyone else who's joined us. For those who maybe join in for the first time, who haven't heard the story that I've been repeating for almost a year, we started off April last year in response to what we saw as the COVID was impacting some young people that we were engaging with. And we wanted to give them a space where they could just, as we say, local parlance, free up themselves. So we decided we would do a couple of shows. Come, do your music, do your vibe. And 1 year after, we're still here. It's been an amazing year, a roller coaster of a year, but an amazing year from in the context that we are family now. You know, we all come together and it's just pure love in the space. On the 23rd of March, which is next Tuesday, Marie Curie are designating the day National Day of Reflection. And they have actually asked Beamstream to support the initiative. So guess what we're doing? Those who were here in the beginning know about the Majonzi Fund that we've been speaking about. Well, come next Tuesday, anyone who has had a loss in their family or their co-workers or within their community groups can apply for a small grant up to £500 to do some sort of memorial to commemorate the passing of their loved ones. And that's all been possible by the kind donation of people in our community. So much love, so much love. Out of so much grief is so much love. Please, if you can, join us on Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 to share the day of reflection with us, but to find out how you can apply for a grant if you have lost a loved one. But not only that, to find out what else is happening. You know, so much. I sat here today and I was thinking, we've done so much together, you know, as a community. All the vibe and the music and the poems. That's one bit of it, but it's the compassion, the kindness that's been expressed, and the friendships, and apparently some romantic relationships too, you know, have formed out of these You Give Hope Fridays. I'm not calling names, but they know who they are. In addition to that, those who may or may not know, guess what? Today's National Sleep Day, the importance of sleep. So that's my note for today. I'm going to hammer home that point. National Sleep Day, the importance of regular sleep, good quality sleep, because sleep affects all of us. People, hear me out. Sort out your sleep. I'm guilty. I had 3 hours sleep today. I'm guilty. But yeah, sort out your sleep. That's what I'm going to say for now, Mr. Super Trini. I have a lot to say, so I'll be interjecting in between. That's me for now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yanzi. International Sleep Day. Huh, boy, I have no words for that. No words whatsoever. Our theme today is self love, and as we begin this evening, we want to welcome Harmony. They are our opening act on this Friday's You Give Hope. Harmony Blues, good evening. I'm knocking on the door.
I come in.
She coming, she coming, she coming, she coming, she coming. Bum, bum,
Look,
bum, 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 bum. Good evening.
1 second.
Sure, we putting on the headdress and the final touches and thing. Good evening to you. Good evening, Harmony Blues. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
It's a pleasure to have you on board You Give Hope Fridays and looking forward to what you have in store for us. So the Zoom is yours and we'll have a little conversation after, all right?
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
Okay, so hi everyone. Good evening. I'm Harmony Blues. I'm just gonna sing a couple songs for you guys. The first song I'm gonna sing is No More Distractions. I think the theme for this evening is self-love, and I suppose this song's quite fitting. So yeah, I will begin. Oh, no more distractions, none. I said, no, it ain't happening, none. Whoa, I said, no more distractions, none. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. It's a great time to remember. Hey, who I am, where I'm coming from, and where I'm going, and who's coming along. Yeah, took me some time. Yeah, yeah. I wrote a couple rhymes, but never really took it seriously. Hey, not knowing my full potential and what I could be. Yeah, and then reality took hold of me. Yeah, show me ugly, show me lovable, and I had to use all my mind. To fight for what's right. Hey, to fight for what's right. That means upsetting some people, and that means telling some truths. That means not having the same opinions and speaking about the things that don't report on the news. Yeah, I have to do what I have to do. I asked the Lord why I was chosen and why I was put through. I have a mission I must complete, and that means raising the vibrations around me. I'm starting with family, whoa, yeah. Not really knowing what my purpose was. But I needed confirmation, cause I wasn't patient. I should have stuck with what I wanted to do, which was uplift you, yeah, uplift you. Uplift you and you and you and you and you, boo, 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 boo. Uplift you, yeah, uplift you, uplift you and you and you and you and you, boo, 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 boo. You will get through it. Yeah, cause I've been through it. Yeah, I I've been through the ups and downs. I've been through the smiles and frowns. I've been through the lowest level woes when I thought I couldn't take no more and had to ask the Lord for his help and forgiveness and mercy. Yeah. Ask the Almighty, the truth will set you free. Let love be your ease. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh. I said the power, the power, the power, the power, the power is in me. Oh, the power is in me, me. Oh, it's in you. Oh, the Lord will help you get through. Close your eyes. Oh, the goodness is inside. The goodness is inside. Close your eyes. Breathe. Because the goodness is inside. The goodness is inside. Close your eyes. Okay, so this song is called Drink and Party. Didn't come here to hurt nobody. All I wanna do is drink and party. Do a little dance, who's that Bacardi? Now pull it up, big tune. I just came to dance and feel the beat. I just came to dance and feel the beat. I just came to loosen up and dance on my feet. I'm just in the mood to have a really good time. Leave your negativity, it ain't got that much reach for me. And I don't have a problem, see, I want to get lost in the beat. So watch me as I wind it up, the temperature is hot enough. Got a drink in my hands and I ain't even making plans on how I'm about to go back home. Taxi number in my phone. Didn't come here to hurt nobody. All I wanna do is drink and party. Do a little dance, please stop my party. Now pull it up, big tune at my party. Didn't come here to hurt nobody. All I wanna do is drink and party. Do a little dance, please stop my party. Now pull it up, big tune at my party. On and on and on, on and on and on. Hey, hey, on and on and on and on and on. Hey. On and on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on. Didn't come here to hurt nobody. All I wanna do is drink and party. Do a little dance, please stop Bacardi. Now pull it up, big tune at my party. Didn't come here to hurt nobody. All I wanna do is drink and party. Do a little dance, please stop Bacardi. Now pull it up, big tune at my party. On and on and on and on and on. Hey, hey, on and on and on and on and on. Hey. On and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. Didn't come here to hurt, no. All I wanna do is drink and I'll do a lot in it, hey, now do it, hey. On and on and on and on and on, hey. On and on and on and on and on. Okay, that is me.
Wow, fantastic. We love the energy. We love the energy. We love the energy.
I really wanted to go up and dance, but the setup, you wouldn't have seen, like, anyway.
I understand. I understand. I mean, I was dropping a little something, but I was doing it in my seat. I'm pretty sure plenty of people was in their seat dropping a little something, even if it is they're not showing their video right now. I guarantee you there was like ba dum 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 dum
Yeah,
on and on and on.
backing out, unbeknownst to us. All of you guys are dancing. That's why you got your videos off of it.
Yeah, fantastic. We love it. We love it. Harmony. So tell us a little bit more about you. You know, we've never interacted on You Give Hope Fridays, and it's a pleasure to have you.
So
Yanzi, can I please have a word with Harmony, and then you could say what you want to say about Bam Bam and all kind of thing rolling around the chair and thing, please. You see what is happening? We just started this show, and this is what is going on. That's what You Give Hope Fridays is all about, you know, putting smiles on people's faces and bringing that energy and that love. So, tell us a little bit about the first song.
Yeah,
Um,
so the first song, No More Distractions, I wrote that during lockdown. So basically I'm Harmony, but I do other things than music. I've kind of given music a break, but it keeps on calling me back. I'm the founder of Indigenous Plants.uk, and I basically talk about plants because I'm obsessed with plants.
yeah, I saw that. I didn't really want to bring it up, but you brought it up, so.
As you can see, so I love plants. I specialize in plant care, self-care. So if you have issues with your plant, I can help you out with that. And even people that are really scared about becoming plant parents, because there's loads of people that want to own plants, but because they have like maybe killed them or like whatever, they might have overwatered them, they don't feel that confident. So I'm just here to help people get into bring nature in their house, basically, because I love nature, as you can tell. So yeah, I'm a plant mama. as well as I've got my own daughter. I have a 10-year-old as well. So as well as having all these plants, I have a child as well. She loves the plants too. But I am a singer. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I do love singing. It's my passion. So yeah, I love to sing. I'm working on currently working on an EP at the moment, and open for collaborations as well. So yeah, I'm just going with the flow. I feel like things happen in divine timing,
Yeah.
and plants are really healing. And I feel like plants and music as well go really well together. So I'm just trying to establish my business. And
Well, I kind of saw that on what you call it, on some movie where it is plants and music go together. I don't know if it's Jumanji, I'm not sure.
I don't even know, but it's true because like plants.
I believe you. I believe you. They feed off of the energy that you give through music, 100%.
I get the energy back, so it's just like a back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah. It's a ebb and flow, as they say.
Yes,
And
yeah.
your second track, well, the bouncy track that has everybody going crazy in the chat right now and saying, what is going on here? You know, we absolutely love it. So we can find your music on Instagram. We can find you on Instagram.
Yeah, I've also got like an EP that I released. It's on Spotify, so you can find me on Spotify as well. If you type Harmony Blues, there's an EP called Music Therapy that's on there.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, the second song actually, I haven't recorded, but I'm planning to record it. I actually wanted to like do a music video in Carnival, so I was really upset when Carnival got cancelled, and I don't know if Carnival's gonna happen this year, but I want it to. And even if it doesn't happen here, I need to go to a carnival. So I might be going out to the Caribbean just to go to a carnival to film, because I feel like this is very much like a carnival party type song. It's a very uplifting song as well. So
Well, I can tell you that once it is in the UK, once it is we come out of lockdown, every day is going to be carnival. I'm sorry. It's good. Every day is going to have something going on. People are literally just going to take it to another level, and then Boris is going to have to call us and say, "Yeah, what's going on? This is just too much, too much." You know, but Harmony Blues, it's a pleasure to have you joining us in You Give Hope Fridays, and make sure you come and join us again.
I will.
And
Thank you for having me.
let your plans feel the love. You know, today is all about self-love. Our theme for this Friday is self-love, and you know, we thank you so much for being a part of it this evening.
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and I'll make sure and put all your information into the group as well, so everyone can definitely check you out, and make sure make sure you all check out the plant love as well. Okay, make sure you all get some plant love. Okay, if it is like Tashini, she said she's a plant killer. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I put it out there. I don't know what that even means, but I kind of guess that she had a few plants in the house, and then for some strange reason, the plants in them dead, and she's blaming herself.
Plant
You know,
killer.
so she's labeled herself a plant killer. I didn't say it. She's put it into the group chat, into the Zoom chat. So she has labeled herself that. So when Tashini comes live again with me to host, I don't want anybody blaming me and saying how it is I said anything that wasn't already said before. You understand? I can't take all of that kind of blame. Not today, not ever. So thank you so much. You give hope Fridays. This is what you see. We start off and we're smiling. This is what the energy that we want, and we want to project it outwards. All those on Facebook Live as well. We want to say good evening to you. As we move through, good evening to you, Amanda. Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I'll just unmute. Hi, I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not a plant killer, just so you know. I'm putting it out there.
Okay,
Um,
that's good.
I love plants, and I also enjoy You Give Hope Fridays, and it's a pleasure to have you on board with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I believe you have a few things to share with us today. So the Zoom is yours. You Give Hope Fridays platform is yours.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me this evening. I've got a couple of poems that I'd like to share with you. And the first one is called At School. And I'll just, At school, they called me rubber lips, and they said my lips were far too big. They joked and laughed and jeered at me, always doing this from across the street. At school, they said my bottom was big and asked if my back could handle it. They joked and laughed and jeered at me, always doing this from across the street. Never the courage to come face to face, always at a distance discriminate. I didn't pay them any mind. I grew up, I grew stronger, and I waited patiently for this time. For those girls, now women, forget the insults that they hurled, that when they pay for Botox and lip fillers and buttock plant surgeries. I smile because I'm so grateful. I got my lips and ass naturally, and I got all of this for free. That's the first one. And the second poem I'd like to share with you is called The Image of Me. The image of me is not what I see when I turn the pages of those high gloss fancy magazines. How am I supposed to feel proud when I'm consciously always left out? How am I supposed to know that beauty comes in many different shades when they hide the darkest ones away? Stick insect models with their bones on show, parade the catwalks, giving young girls false hope. I was brought up with images that reject the black skin I'm in, yet somehow I keep turning those pages. I'm hoping, I'm wishing that one day I'll see a face that represents me, and all shades of skin are seen as beauty. My hair thick and curly, as black as the night sky, my full lips and my ample thighs. I am a woman with ebony skin, and yes, the image of me is mesmerizing, but it's plagiarized right in front of my eyes. I see Botox and fillers and tanning creams, all to resemble the image of an African queen, yet the authentic queen always remains unseen. Well, I'm here to say that things must change and there has to be a better way. And how do we overcome the years of pain? I want to be seen for who I am, an original woman. So let my hair stand tall, natural with its spirals and its coils. My afro is unlike anything in this entire world. And why should I change when I'm so unique? Let the image of me speak and share its woes with the world. And one day I will turn the pages of those high gloss fancy magazines and see a true image that represents me. That's it. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Thank you very much, Amanda. Don't go anywhere yet, you know. Don't go anywhere yet. We have to talk about the lips. We have to talk about it because I didn't want to say it, but if you all saw in our opening act, right, Harmony, while she was talking to us, she was just giving her lip a little bit of moisturizing right there, you know, because she have it for free, but she making sure she maintain it anyway. You understand? Not because we have it for free, that means we can't maintain it at all, yeah? If we have it, we maintain it and let them know how beautiful it is. Not just the lips, our face too, our structure, our density, our
Everything.
culture. Our culture, you understand? So it's a pleasure to have you on board. Once again, this is crazy. We have never interacted on You Give Hope Fridays, and it's nice, so nice that we have two acts that have opened the show that are new or somewhat new to me, but not to You Give Hope Fridays. So tell us a little bit about you. Tell us where it is you get inspiration from, and let us know how it is we can find you. If it is you have your work somewhere out there, or you just keep it all to yourself and just share it with us, and then we'll share it with everybody else.
Yeah. Well, right now, I've been writing poetry for the last couple of years now. So I haven't published any. Well, tell a lie. I've got one thing published at the moment, just one poem in a anthology. But I'm hoping to publish more of my work. So that's something that I'm sharing it at the moment. So now I'm putting it out there, getting feelers and see what it's like. So it's been getting a good response so far. So so platforms like this helps me share my work as well. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. Yeah, I just write poems. That's what I'm doing at the moment.
That's fantastic. So do you think they're going to go down the lines of having a book of poetry by Amanda Innes?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's the goal. That's the, yeah.
Good, fantastic. Well, we appreciate you sharing your poetry with us, and we definitely look forward to hoping that this is not your last time joining us, and you come and you just rain down some more on us. And I definitely want to give thanks to Brian and Yanzi for bringing you on board. Everybody's loving it. Make sure
Thank
you
you.
put the information on what it is you've written, what's been published, and we look forward to hearing from you a little bit more. If you could let us know as well what Caribbean or influence you have, or what African diaspora influence you have. Oh,
Hang on.
okay, all right, okay. No, should I never do that? Oh my goodness.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my goodness.
How's that? There we go.
It's have a gentleman who's coming on right after you. You see, he don't
Okay,
have his
that's it.
hands
Yeah,
up in
yeah,
the
yeah.
air. Oh
There you
my
go. All
goodness.
right. The flag was just there.
Oh,
I had to. Wait. It's going back
oh,
again. It's the wind. It's the wind. Wait.
oh my goodness. Why did I do this earlier? Or they tell me why it is I do this. Or they
Okay.
see what it is. I'm not causing any kind of trouble, but
No.
trouble it just happening. Thank you
Okay.
very much, Amanda. Thank
All
you
right.
so much for joining us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Oh, dear.
Good evening, and once again, everyone, and welcome to You Give Hope Fridays. I'm trying to be as. Whew, the Admiral, good evening. Let me see if it is I can get away with this one, yes? Unmute yourself, okay? And you don't have to repeat the first few lines. Unmute yourself, but I know the first few lines is bacchanal, and I can't take it.
Good evening, sir, and good evening to all the listeners and all who join us here. Once again, it is a pleasure. And was that lady before me brilliant? She was fine, she was fantastic, and she made me want to say these few words. I say B, I say B-A, R, B-A-R-B, B-A-R-B-A-B-O-S, Barbados. I say I-L, I-L-O, I-L-O-V, I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U, I love you. Barbados, you mean everything to me. You're my tropical paradise, believe me. I don't ever want to be away from your warmth and your deep blue sky. I finished.
You done? Because that was a bit hurtful, eh? I tried to keep it, I mean, I love Barbados too, and I'm not afraid to say it. But you're pushing it out there. The Admiral?
That song was done by a guy called Lord Sivers, who was actually from Guyana, 1967.
I'm not going to write a song saying I love Barbados. I will get thrown in Trinidad. It's not going to happen. But it's a pleasure to have you on board on a Friday evening.
Always a
So
pleasure,
nice to
man.
see you as always. And I know you have some fantastic kaiso for us, or something a little bit different. I don't know. You just pull out something from your bag this today. Wearing your red hat. You're definitely
I pull out something something different to you that this is my Kira.
Uh-huh.
My right hand side, and my Kira here. When I say Kira, and you see my Kira, you will understand more.
I think I know what that carrier is, and it's from the island of Trinidad and Tobago, but we won't talk about that now. The Admiral on the pan.
Aha. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, everywhere. I'm going to do two little pieces for you tonight. First of all, I'm going to do an adaptation of Lord Blakey's 1950 Calypso steel band clash. Just a mix the pan with the verses as well. Let's see, it goes something like this. It was a bacchanal 1950 carnival. Fight for soul with invaders and Tokyo. My friend run and left his hat when they hit him a baseball bat. Never me again to jump in a steel band in Port of Spain. Music beating sweet, coming up Park Street. Tokyo coming down beating very slow. And friend, when the two bands clash, mama yo, if you see cutlash, never me again to jump in a steel band in Port of Spain. When the thing get hot, if you see man get caught, the Admiralty running a house by a lady. I said, bring me will, like tonight the Admiral get killed, never me again to jump in a steel band in Notting Hill. That's the first tune. A slight change in the lyrics just to suit myself and to suit the local environment. The next thing I'm going to do, next piece I'm going to do, is a variation of Lord Kitchener's 1979 classic, Symphony in G.
Yeah, man. The multi-talented, the Admiral on You Give Hope Fridays. Oh, such a blessing, man. He's a boss. He's a boss. I gotta give it to you. I gotta give it to you. That's fantastic. From Kaiso to Pan, that is your personal friend over there.
This is my Kira
Uh-huh.
and Pan, Calypso, my immediate family, my family was here with me, the wife and the family, and the inspiration of my deceased parents and deceased grandparents and ancestors and people like yourselves who I meet on Friday evenings are also my carers. But this,
Wait, like myself. Me? Is your Kara?
well, I tell you what, I'm always inspired by people of the arts. And as I said to you early in the season, if I live to 120 years old and people like you are not around, I would want to be around on earth.
Ay. Look at you. This boy is real mama guy people, eh? This boy is real mama guy people. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for blessing us on a Friday evening. On You Give Hope Fridays, we have such an energy here, and I hope that you all are feeling inspired and enjoying the wonderful vibes that we bring in you from wherever it is you are in the world. You could be in the Caribbean, you could be in the UK, you could be in North America, South America. We welcome you, and we say You Give Hope Fridays is a place where it is you can just come, relax, sip on something strong, not so strong. If it is, it's up to you, and just take in the positive music, the positive artistry that's on Showcase each and every Friday evening. If it is you miss any part of the show this evening, you can go onto Facebook and check out the Ubali Initiative Facebook page, and also you can go onto YouTube, where it is we put the link up for Efficacy EVA. If you go onto their YouTube channel, you can play it once again. You can also share it with your friends, share it with your family. It's something that we want to encourage everyone to do, because we're still not out of the woods yet in terms of getting things back to normal. I put normal in, you know, inverted commas, because it's still going to be a long road ahead for all of us, and a lot of us may be going through our own personal tragedies. We definitely want to give a big shout out to Tanti Pearl. She would usually be here with us on our You Give Hope Fridays, but she had a bereavement in her family, so our love and well wishes goes out to her as well. And to anyone else who is dealing with grief or feeling not 100%, we say to you, this is a safe space where it is you could just come and just take your mind off, and also enrich yourself and grow that self-love that you have. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I have a young lady who I always enjoy talking to on a You Give Hope Fridays. Marie Claire, good evening to you. She has a hat. I don't know if she's going
Hi.
to a wedding or something.
No, I just rolled out of bed, so I'm kind of like trying to disguise all my imperfections.
I mean, you could have just go with my excuse that you're going to a wedding, or you just come from a wedding or something, or you're going horse racing or so. I don't know, but you let everybody know what it is you're actually doing. Everybody, Marie Claire, she just wake up. I don't know if she wake up in Montreal. I don't know where she wake up, but it's a pleasure to have
In
you.
New
If she
York.
wake up in
New
Dominica,
York.
I don't know where, but if she wake up in the US, we welcome you and You Give Hope Fridays, and
Thank you.
we are so happy to have you here, you and your smiling face. So I know
Thank
you
you.
have plenty love to share with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, Marie Claire on You Give Hope Fridays.
Hi, everyone. Yancy and Brian, thank you for always having me and inviting me. So today I'm going to do The Nearness of You, which is a jazz standard. It's a ballad. It's very beautiful. It's one of my personal favorites, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, let's see if my playback works. Okay, hold on. All right. You guys hear that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Okay. It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversations that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft lights to enchant me if you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and to feel in the night the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams, they come true. I need no soft lights to enchant me if you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and to feel in the night the nearness of you. Thank you.
Marie Claire,
Hi.
so peaceful, so beautiful. We love it. We love it. We love it.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much. Oh, you see, look at that. In sync, eh? In sync like that. So tell us, how are things with you? And are you working on I know that you've been missing a little bit because you've been practicing, rehearsing, and stuff like that, and putting in a little bit of work.
Yeah, I'm working on my first musical, and that's why I came to this so late, because I was up all night revising acts 2 and 4, and I got to bed like at 7 a.m. in the morning, and I alarmed my clock, but I didn't hear the alarm. But Charcoal is going to be fantastic, and I have some people who are interested in backing it, and so it's going to be fantastic. And it's all about, you want to hear a little bit what it's about?
Sure, fantastic. Yeah, of course we do. Of course.
Okay, so Charcoal, it's set in 16th Africa at the slave trade, and Charcoal Blue, she is born into a coastal African village, albino, and because she was born albino, you know, anything different or other is viewed as a deformity, and they were going to throw her out, basically kill her. But the priestess comes from the outskirts of the jungle and takes her and raises her and teaches her about magic and the spells and herbs and the arts of healing and incantations and all of that. And 20 years later, she's basically a priestess in her own right, and she gets captured by slavers, brought onto the ship, brought to Virginia, and they try and figure out how are they going to sell this girl? She's not Black. So at her feet, it's charcoal ash. So they mix the charcoal ash with oil, and as they put the charcoal ash on her skin, she starts to chant a spell, and in doing so, turns her skin charcoal forever, and she doesn't age.
Wow. Okay, and you're bringing that all to life.
Yes, all by myself.
All by well, I mean, if there's any person I know that is able and capable in the time I've known you from since last year, you have that in your locker. You're able to bring things to life, and you're extremely talented, and you give
Oh, thank
100%.
you.
So we
Thank you. That's
definitely
very
look
sweet.
forward. Well, it's I'm only being honest, and I'm only also doing this because I'm still waiting on my delivery.
Your bottle of
Uh,
champagne? You still
yeah,
waiting for your champagne?
I didn't say what the delivery was, but if it is you want to confess, I mean, I just, everybody can hear you, everybody knows exactly what it is that we're talking about. But I didn't put it out there. You guys know I didn't say anything, okay? You all
Okay,
heard it
no
from Marie.
problem.
Well, thank you so much, Marie. It's such a pleasure to have you with us, and we definitely look
Thank
forward
you
to
so
hearing
much.
from you. Okay, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, sorry I've been so absent.
It's okay. I think you get a pass from Dr. Yanzi and Brian. So I don't give passes, so don't ask me, But
Okay, fine. I won't ask you.
but thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
All right.
sharing with us. Ladies and gentlemen, in You Give Hope Fridays, oh, that was amazing. Marie Claire, she's always so powerful in the way that she projects her music, and it's such a blessing to have her on You Give Hope Fridays. As we move forward, I would like to bring the none other than Mr. Stuart Taylor. I won't say what he's formerly known as, but I will just say, Stuart Taylor, welcome. Good evening to you.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. Good to see you all.
It's a pleasure to see you too. How are you? It's been a while since I've seen you on You Give Hope. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm buoyant. I'm future focused. The fight is not won. A luta continua. A luta continua.
Yes.
A luta continua.
I hear you. I hear you. Fantastic. Well, I know that you have some fantastic words to share with us this evening, and we definitely look forward to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, You Give Hope Fridays, Stuart Taylor.
So just give me a second. I just need to dive to a file, and I got something for you. And this something is called Gaian champions or ecocidal psychotics. Suddenly, geometry sprang from her eyes. There were starbursts and plumes, tsunamis and waterfalls of stars and flowers and plants, forests oceans, mountain ranges, and lakes, rivers too. Then emerged the animals, all chattering and screaming, singing a symphony of the most beautiful and wondrous, magically hypnotic, awe-inspiring sounds, a vast tapestry of deepest and richest bioacoustic, joyous song. It was such a moment of beauty and wonder and heartbreaking intensity to see what could be birthed from a heart so true and humble. Who could ever doubt this abundance of life, this cornucopia of diversity? It was so wild and free, unaware of the dangers of mankind and their potential and guile in the arts of destruction, exploitation, extraction, and plunder. There were peoples amongst the fountains and springs, the springs of natural wonder, those with a humility and a sense of the sacred, and recognized and accepted they too had a role in this magnificently balanced unfolding of life. That they were not the center, but a part of the whole, their true role to be stewards, Gaian champions of this unique and singular planet-wide garden of magnificent wonder, this splendid richness of expression of the diverse abundance that is life. In the skies, on the land, in the soil below the ground, on the oceans and the rivers, in the waters fathoms deep and darkest dark, on the surface of these oceans and in the spaces below them too. A cyclic churning and rotation, weaving, ever weaving, an unfolding abundance of the most astonishing and remarkable range of life forms, a habitat of infinitely interconnected processes and systems, each supporting and enabling the other onto growth and renewal, that there may be the song to the mystery that is creation itself, this unresolvable puzzle, this very epic in scale, material labyrinth of patterns and forms, seasons and epochs of eras and eons, ever evolving. And we peoples of this majesty exercise such terrible responsibility, which we can carry and manage with a noble simplicity, or wield with such darkly destructive vanity and hubris. This choice and possibility sits within our hearts. They remain our true compass, the measure of our humility, the litmus of our tempers. Are we preservers and guardians, Gaian champions, or the ecocidal psychotics, responsible for the futurity of life, or the destroyers of paradise?
Fantastic. Wow, Stuart. You really go in there and hit the nail on the head. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So
Very
for
kind,
those
thank you.
so for those who have never heard you before, can you give everyone an introduction of who you are and where you get your inspiration to write and your reflection and just let everybody know who Stuart Taylor is.
So I'm an artist and I'm a writer, and my heritage is in St. Kitts and Wales and Suffolk in England. I live in London. I'm a daddy. I have 3 beautiful, wonderful children. Nature is my perennial inspiration, and I'm a permanent member of the British Black Panther Party. That's me.
Fantastic, fantastic. We definitely enjoy hearing you speak. We definitely enjoy the energy that you bring when you speak. You know, it resonates so well with everyone on You Give Hope Fridays, and it's such a pleasure to have you on board, Stuart. So thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, on You Give Hope Fridays, we have such an eclectic and vibrant group of artists for you each and every week, and it's such a pleasure that we can share it with you. So make sure you share it with others. Let everyone know what You Give Hope Fridays is all about. It's not just about me just playing music and just have you dancing and sipping on something. I like to say sipping on something strong or not so strong, because I just sip on something not so strong, but for me it's strong. I call it water. Whatever it is you choose to have in your glass, that's up to you. I'm going to welcome back Dr. Yanzi, if she's there and available, and I'm going to welcome her back to say a few words on the emergency fund. So Yanzi, if you're there, if you can give us
Yes, sir.
good evening to you
Good
again.
evening,
Once
sir.
again, it's a pleasure. I know that you were a little thrown off by Marie and her wonderful hat, you know, and I know that you might get a little upset and thing, because you know we always compliment you on your, you know, your earrings and your frames and things. So I don't want you to feel left out. But for those who have just joining us, can you please give us an overview once again on the Emergency Fund, especially, and what event we have coming up next week, Tuesday as well, please? Thank you.
Certainly. So next Tuesday, we have National Day of Reflection, and we will be launching the Emergency Fund. The Emergency Fund was set up by Patrick Vernon and some members of the UBLA initiative to raise money to allow people from our community some small grants so that they can host memorials for their loved ones who've passed away. So come Tuesday, if you go to the Majonzi Fund website, MAJONZI-fund website, you will see the application form there, and you can apply for a grant of a maximum of £500. That fund has been made possible by kind donations. We've had some people, one young man did a recipe book or proceeds to the Majonzi Fund. We've had one of our own artists here, Alexander the Great, did a wonderful, wonderful tribute song called Sometimes, proceeds from that to the Majonzi Fund. Just normal, regular, run-of-the-mill people have done some amazing things, and they've contributed the monies to the Majonzi Fund, and we are now using that in turn to give out to the community as small grants. Additionally, we are offering via BameStream and some funding from Majonzi, the free short-term bereavement support for anyone who is struggling. One thing I must say, on the 23rd, next Tuesday, National Day of Reflection, at 12 o'clock, there'll be 1 minute silence. And at 8 p.m., they are asking everyone in the country to stand outside your door with a candle, a flashlight, anything that makes a light, a torch, your mobile phone, to shine a reflection in remembrance of all those who passed within the past year. I mean, we've all been impacted, as you know. Brandon and I lost a colleague quite recently who her funeral is going to be on that same day. Within the UBLA initiative, one of our co-workers lost, I think, 4 members of her family. We've all been impacted. You know, there are people here I know who have lost members of their family. We've all been impacted. So please, if you can, attend our little event on the 23rd, but please hop over to the Majonzi Fund if you or anyone you know needs some support. I mean, it doesn't have to be that the person has died of COVID, but loss is loss, grief is grief. BameStream.org, www.bamestream.org. There's a short application form, really, really short, and it goes straight over to the therapist. The therapists who offer the support, they speak 20 different languages. They understand our culture. So there you go. Come along if you can. Thank you, Super Trini.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yanzi. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, within the African diaspora, there's so much support for us, especially during these still very difficult times. And I would definitely urge you all to tap into the resources or take note of it. And if it is you know someone that's struggling, that's dealing with grief and they're finding it difficult, I urge you all to at least give them the option and show them that there is something within our community that is there as a constant support. I also want to bring in Brian. Brian, good evening to you.
Good evening, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you
You know,
for.
Brian works in conjunction with Dr. Yanzi to bring us You Give Hope Fridays. I'm just the face. That's all I am. You know, they are the brains behind the operation. And Brian is also a part of a hotline where it is, if it is you know you're dealing with grief or you're finding things difficult. I will let Brian explain a little bit more because it's his domain.
So, yes, throughout this pandemic and even before, there's a platform called Shout, which is similar to Samaritans, except unlike Samaritans, where you have to call, Shout is a text-only platform. So if you're in a situation where you cannot call or speak, you might be in a crowded space, you might be in a classroom and you're struggling, you can text in and get support. And the support is free of charge and it's available 24/7, 365, 366. And it's multicultural. And yes, and they are, it's November gone. We have supported over 500,000 texters. So, and it's growing and there are lots of people struggling. So every time there's some issue that's going on, last weekend with the young lady who was murdered by the police officer, lots of women who have been impacted by this thing, the text messages go up in Shout because it's triggering. So anytime you need some kind of support or you know somebody who might need some support, reach out to Shout. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brian. So, as I said before, we have so much available to us via Beamstream, via ubele.org, and also you can definitely get the information that you need from Brian as well as Dr. Yanzi. So just tap into it, everyone. I'm going to share with you all a special, well, I should say special because I felt it was the right thing to do. I had one of my friends who lost her mom at the end of January, and she has been struggling. And I tried to figure out a way where it is I could just bring a little bit of peace to her. And I decided that I would go up to a place called Mount St. Benedict. And I said to her, I asked her if she would like me to do a small memorial for her because her mom is of Trinidadian descent. And she just needed to feel as if, well, her mom was at peace at home as well as where she's resting in London. And I was able to do a balloon release while she read a poem to her mom in dedication to her mom, which was a small little contribution that myself as what I felt would be beneficial for her in terms of dealing with the grief. So however it is you feel that you can support someone and help someone in a small way, it doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It could be as simple as a phone call. It makes a very big difference. You Give Hope Fridays makes a difference to many people, and we are so delighted and thankful and happy to have all of you be a part of our event each and every Friday. And I want to bring Gentleman to the stage. His name is none other than Alexander the Great. If he is around, I would like to welcome him on You Give Hope Fridays.
Hi. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Super Trini. Okay.
It's such a pleasure to have you on board. I know that you're going to take up the least amount of time because the person in the other room gets the most of everything, right?
That should be the case, but let's see how much time do we have?
No, you could go ahead. The Zoom is yours, ladies and gentlemen. Alexander the Great, one of our residents here at You Give Hope Fridays.
Good. Well, I was looking through some stuff today, earlier stuff, and I found a couple of songs, would you believe it, written by William Shakespeare. Back in 1993, the BBC Radio 3 did a version of Twelfth Night set on a mythical 19th century Caribbean island. And the part of the clown, Feste the clown, the person who's the clown, was played by the great Rudolph Walker. And if you don't know it, Twelfth Night has got 3 songs in it. It's one of the most musical of Shakespeare's plays. And I had to reset, because Shakespeare didn't write a tune, so he only wrote the lyrics. And there have been many, many versions of these songs. Cleo Lane and Johnny Dankworth, Elvis Costello's done versions. So people could do what tune they want. So I just thought I might entertain you. They're very short. I'm going to do these 2 little songs, and I'm going to do one of my own to finish up, and then let the boss in the next room take over. So this is called "Oh Mistress Mine," and it's sung by Feste the Clown. When in a scene where he and Mariah and Sir Toby Belch, and they're all having a bit of a carouse. Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear, your true love is coming. That can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end in lovers meeting. Every wise man's son doth know. Every wise man's son doth know. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's stuff will not endure. Youth's stuff will not endure. Youth's stuff will not endure. Very short, just 2 verses. That's all he wrote. But it was quite nice to do it. This is another one, maybe a bit more relevant to you know what Ubele is about. It's got quite a sad title, but anyway, I did sing it at one of my aunts. Well, I have many cousins, you might imagine, and one of my aunts died about, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, and her daughter asked me to sing this called "Come Away, Death." Come away, death, and inside Cyprus let me be laid. Fly away, breath. I am slain by a fair, cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck all with you. Oh, prepare it. My part of death, no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet, on my black coffin let there be strewn. Not a friend not a friend greet. My poor corpse, where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to say, lay me, oh, where? Sad true lover, never find my grave to weep there, to weep there, to weep there. Couple little songs there by Billy Shakespeare.
I love that one.
Thank you. So, and now, for those of you who may know your British Caribbean history, this was not the first, sadly not the first murder in the 20th century of a defenseless black man. There were riots in Cardiff in 1919, and that story's been told in a remarkable film, which I saw on the Windrush Caribbean Film Festival last year. But this is called Since Kelso Cochrane Died, and actually I'm part of a group that is trying to get this horrendous injustice recognized and trying to get an apology from the British police or the British Parliament, government, call it what you like. And I was asked to write it back in 2009, which was the 50th anniversary. So here we go. It's called Since Kelso Cochrane Died. On the 17th May 1959, we witnessed a new low in moral decline. A 32-year-old man from Antigua became the victim of an infamous murder. This young man had just been to hospital at the Paddington General, where he'd been injured doing carpentry. Before he got home, he was attacked, but the authorities denied the fact that the act was motivated racially. It was the turning of the tide when the whole community cried, we must learn to live side by side, humanity can't be denied. Since Kelso Cochrane died, since Kelso Cochrane died, we have followed our aim. Nothing has been the same. Since Kelso Cochrane died, we have since followed our aim to bear no more insults or shame. We have been here for many a century, part of the fabric of this great country, yes. Since Kelso Cochrane died, we only trying to reclaim some respect for his memory and name. The 58 race riots had caused such a fuss. The Notting Hill area was notorious. So this tragic story became national news, which some politicians saw fit to abuse. There was then no law against racism, the product of differencism, which is fear of what we don't understand. So a right-wing national party, forerunners of the BNP, declared that we were unwelcome in this land. It was the turning of the tide when the whole community cried, we must learn to live side by side, humanity can't be denied. Since Kelso Cochrane died, Since Castle Cochran died, nothing has been quite the same, and for us his tragedy lit a burning flame. Since Castle Cochran died, we have only followed our aim to bear no more insults or shame. We've been here for many a century, part of the fabric of this great country. Yes. Since Castle Cochran died, we only trying to reclaim some respect for his memory and name. Kelso's brother Stanley came over to find any clues to help him achieve peace of mind. He paid Kelso's fare to the United Kingdom, but he missed the funeral, no money to come. There's a wall of silence to this day. People know, but they will not say. A motiveless crime which made no sense. The case was reviewed 2003, but the judges all agree there is still insufficient evidence. It was the turning of the tide when the whole community cried. We must learn to live side by side. Humanity can't be denied. Since Castle Cochran died, oh, since Castle Cochran died, nothing has been quite the same, and for us his tragedy lit a burning flame. Since Castle Cochran died, we've only followed our aim, bear no more insults or shame. We've been here for many a century, part of the fabric of this great, great, great country. Since Castle Cochran died, we're only trying to reclaim some respect for his memory and name. Oh, yeah, yeah. Anti-racist movements started from that time, and racial incitement was declared a crime. The first Race Registrations Act followed a campaign against discrimination, humanity's bane. When Claudia decided to have a carnival, it was just to show one and all that we are human beings, as you can tell. Notting Hill now have plenty tribe, more than anyone can describe, and we get on with one another quite well. It was the turning of the tide when the whole community cried. We must learn to live side by side. Humanity can't be denied. Since Castle Cochran died, whoa, since Castle Cochran died, nothing has been quite the same, and for us his tragedy lit a burning flame. Since Castle Cochran died, we have only followed our aim to bear no more insults or shame. We've been here for many a century, part of the fabric of this great country. Yes, we have. But since Castle Cochran died, we're only trying to reclaim some respect for his memory and name.
Alexander the Great.
Thank you.
Alexander the Great. Oh, your history lessons on UGiveHope Fridays will always be legendary because you have such a wealth of knowledge, and you're always willing to share it with us, and we're so grateful and thankful And these are a lot of stories that many people would never know or never heard of. Alexander the Great. I want we have quite a range in young people as well as older people joining us each and every You Give Hope Friday. So let everybody know who you are
Okay,
and
great.
what you represent, and also before you depart, you got to, the person.
I know. I have to introduce the boss.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We wouldn't say any more than that. We'll just leave. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Alexander the Great. I was lucky enough, fortunate enough, back in the year 2000, to be taken on as a little idea at BBC London for 3 months as Calypsonian in residence, and it went on, well, for 12 years straight after the 3-month period of test, and still am because they call me anytime they want me to do things. So I'm kind of Calypsonian in residence for the BBC and also for the Windrush Foundation and the Equiana Society. And I see my role as you say, Super Trini, bringing history to the people that they may not know about. It's very easy to see the history that is taught in schools, but my job is to teach the history that isn't taught in schools enough and to see some of the stories that really are about all sorts of people, particularly our people, but anybody really. And you've had Blue on Black, which was written for George Floyd, and I will continue to do that. And trust me, it doesn't matter whether I get paid or not. That's my job, to tell those stories. That's a Calypsonian's job anyway, to tell the stories. Now, I don't know if, I'm gonna let her tell you herself. She had some good news today. The wonderful person in the next room, my gorgeous wife, has been published.
Yes.
And that's all I'm gonna say. She can tell you the rest.
Fun
Okay?
today.
She's a poet, a historian in her own right, and she's also my baby. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah. Actually, it's World Poetry Day today, and 8 of my poems have been published in this collection. It's called Poems That Flow Through Us, and the theme is all about loss and resilience. So basically, tonight's theme, and it arrived today on World Poetry Day, and it came via FedEx from San Francisco. It's the University of California, San Francisco publication. Yeah, 8 poems, 8. That's brilliant. Okay, I'm not going to read any of those though. I'm going to read something else. I suddenly realized that a lot of my poems are about loss, resilience, or loss as well, and grief. But it's almost a year now since we went into lockdown, so I'm going to do something else. Okay, I think I read this one months and months ago, and this one is in my mother tongue. It has an English translation as well, so I read that too. They're very short. This poem is called Tansa, which means listen to this. Tansa, mweteni a bel tihad, ite ka sevi mwa telma bon, a had sa tout comme moi te élégant. Mais depuis coronavirus a commencé, had la pas ka servi moi encore. Visage moi gonflé, cou moi perdu angoisse. Ventre moi c'est ventre coléphant. Tout bois moi enflé, avec boda moi c'est boda vache. Mari moi pas aimé moi encore. Coronavirus, me, tiwe cola. I'll do the translation. Listen to this. I had a lovely dress. It fitted me really well. In that dress, my whole body was elegant. But since that coronavirus began, the dress doesn't fit me anymore. My face is all puffy. My neck is lost in fat. My belly is as big as an elephant. Both my arms are swollen, and my bottom is that of a cow. My husband doesn't love me anymore. Coronavirus, get out of here. Okay, that was Tansa. I like that one. I like it a lot, actually. And this one is also very short. It's two very short ones today. This is called COVID-19, and I wrote it literally at the beginning of lockdown. And this is, I belong to a creative writing group, and all my friends, in fact, all my friends are people with lived experience of mental health difficulties, severe mental health difficulties. And this is expressing all the thoughts that came out of our creative writing group. I'm locked out of my life, caged up in here, trapped in my head, cast away from my purpose, cast off like trash, and cast adrift like an empty bottle. I'm free floating, untethered and disunited, cord cut, unrelated and unrequited. I'm empty inside, devoid of feeling, a hollow, potential unfulfilled, a vulnerable worm, pathetic, puny and sensitive. I'm a symphony unfinished, undone, undercooked and tasteless, colorless, pale, unwashed and faceless. I'm a being frozen in time, glued to my seat, unmoving, immobile, a stupefied, mounted head, stricken and dumbstruck. I'm astonished, bewildered, stunned and phased, coronaed, quarantined, diseased and dazed. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. I'm still oozing from that first rendition. It is fantastic, fantastic. And the thing about it, it's so real, you know. It's so real, and a lot of people be like, "You have no idea. I've shopped online probably about 20 times through this whole year. I've tried to change my outfits, thinking, well, okay, it's time to go out again, and then no, I can't go out. I go back and I started have some more drinks. I started eat a little different. I try to do all kind of thing, but I still can't fit into the dress, you know, from when it is I started before last year February, last year March. I can't fit into it. I'm doing all kind of exercises. I'm doing yoga, and I still can't fit in. Many young people, many of my friends just be like that.
Yeah,
Me
you see me
personally-
now. I'm wearing my nice. You see my nice blouse. I'm in tracksuit bottom.
But she lied, you know. She said I didn't love her anymore. I do.
I didn't think she was talking about herself, but thank you for clearing that up, Alexander. Great. And the other thing about it is that most people, when they heard it, if it is, you want to let everybody know what's your native tongue, what language you were speaking
Yeah,
in.
my native tongue is Creole. So in Dominica, I'm from Dominica, and there's Creole around the Caribbean, but the French Creole you mainly find in Guadeloupe, Martinique, Dominica, St. Lucia, little bits in Trinidad. I know.
Yes.
I've been to Paramin, so I know, and Grenada as well. They have a bit of it too, and the place where they speak it the most, I suppose, is Haiti. But theirs is all of us differ a little bit. So, but the Creole that's closest to us is probably St. Lucian Creole. Yeah.
Fantastic. And the thing about Creole, right, is that it makes everything sound so beautiful, so nice, so enticing. And then when it is you hear it in English, you're like, oh my goodness, she was saying all of that? Is all of that she was saying? But it's so amazing that through different languages you can depict a story and get everybody so involved and so enthralled in it that they don't even realize what it is they're smiling and laughing about because it's in a different language.
Yeah.
You know. Then when you hear the translation, it's like, oh my goodness, for real? Is all that bacchanal going on there? You know. But
giving you a love poem.
yeah. Thank you so much, Will.
Okay,
Thank
my
you.
darling. Okay,
And congratulations on your publication as well.
Okay, thank you. I'm really happy about that. Yeah.
You know, well deserved. Hopefully you will read something from it for us soon. You know. But thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to you and your wonderful family. Alexander the Great, as always, fantastic performances. And this is what it's all about on You Give Hope Friday, where it is we bring that love for the culture. We share the culture around the world, around the globe, and we thank those on Facebook, also those that who haven't been able to stay with us all through the evening, and those who have been here for a whole year. We thank you so much for your continued support. I'm going to bring a gentleman, Dougie. Good evening to you, sir. Dougie Swiss is in the house.
Yo, good night, good night.
Good night, Dougie. How you doing? I know you like the peep hunting. We look at you. We got peep at you, but we know you're
trying to make sure I don't fall.
You're good. You're good. Once it is, you don't beat the pan too hard.
You see me?
Yep. We seen you from your neck down. That's so funny. We seen you from your neck down. Hope you ain't wearing a paper bag. Don't worry.
Yeah, just now.
It's so amazing that on Zoom, even though we don't get things right, you know, there's still a little bit of mystery, there's still a little bit of fun with it, and it's always good that we can share the culture. No matter where it is you are, you could just prop up your phone, prop up your instrument, and share it with the world. Doggy Swiss, good evening to you. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Good night, sir. How you doing? You good?
I good, man. I good. How are you?
I'm always all right, man.
Nice, nice, nice. I know you have something planned for us this evening, and it's such a pleasure to have you here with us as always. So, ladies and gentlemen, You Give Hope, Doggy Swiss.
Listen, I didn't actually have anything planned this time. However, I always have ammunition, as we call it in the musician world. You always have to have ammunition at your fingertips ready to go at any time. So I'm gonna play a tune that one of the kids was listening to earlier. We take care of kids here, and they was dancing and dancing to this tune, Daft Punk, called I Feel It Coming. It's a nice tune, so I said, I'll play that. So we're gonna play that song, and I'm gonna play another tune, which is by a friend of mine who was a very known artist called Omar. And he's actually a friend of the family. And yeah, I'm gonna play that after. So, but the first tune, I'm gonna do a quick sound check, and just let me know what the sound levels, if it's too loud or too soft, right?
Sure. Perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
I must be getting good at this. All right. Yeah, the first tune is called I Feel It Coming. And this is You Give Hope. So we feeling the hope coming. It's been dread times, and sad times, and happy times as well. Creative times, struggling times to keep us occupied, focused, finding ways to make it come on. And I feel it coming. Things kind of coming back. So this is a nice, relevant song. I feel it coming. Hi. Hope you guys vibes in. Hope you guys vibes in. I see the applause. Somebody give me an applause. Thank you. I see the applause. All right, I'm going to take it down a little step, and we're going to vibe down a little bit. And this is going to be my last one. I have a meeting, guys. I have a meeting. You know, I want to give you more, but this is going to be my last tune. This tune is by Omar, who is a very close friend of the family. And the tune is called There's Nothing Like This. Getting hooked.
Yeah, boy. Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Dougie.
There is
Guys,
nothing
Fantastic.
like Douglas.
thank you so much for having me on, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the tune. It's actually one of my favorite songs. A really good song. If you don't know the tune, check
Well,
it out. There's nothing like this.
yeah, that's one of my
Everybody,
favorite tunes.
yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Everybody inside, please. Jans, hey, seeing people now. Seeing people. I see Alexandre earlier on. My dog. Yeah, man. Thank you
But we
again.
had the Admiral earlier on as well, eh? The Admiral was we had another panelist earlier on. The Admiral, he played a few tunes on the panel as well earlier on in the show. The Admiral, Mr. Jeffrey Hines. You know, yeah, yep, the Admiral, Mr. Jeffrey Hines. He from Barbados, but we weren't really getting to that part of it. Okay, we weren't really getting to that part of it. You know, him and Alexander. Great. Yes, yes, yes. But thank you so much, Doggy. Thank you so much. Fantastic, fantastic music on the pan.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so
And I
much.
hope to see you again soon, guys. Peace and love.
Yeah, man. Peace and love. Wow, amazing performances we've had all evening long on You Give Hope Fridays. Fantastic people, fantastic individuals in their own right and in their own artistry. And we are so fortunate to have it all right here on You Give Hope Fridays. And it's my great pleasure to all introduce or reintroduce Dr. Yanzi Ralston, the brainchild of You Give Hope Fridays, who in part of well, in keeping with the fantastic show we have today, she is going to give us a poem that she wrote in her sleep.
Thank you, Super Trini Vibes. Yes, so as I said earlier on, today is actually National Sleep Day. And the theme for today is really about regular sleep, because regular sleep leads to a healthy future. But we underestimate the power of sleep, and we do ignore the fact that it's actually a privilege. So many of us have poor sleep hygiene, and that impacts on our personal well-being. But one thing I've noticed is that we normalize having inadequate sleep. A lot of people talk about, you know, they have to get up early for work, or they may wake up in between their sleep and the alarm goes off and wakes them up and they are discombobulated. We normalize that type of behavior. I'm as guilty as everyone else. So my normal sleep pattern is I wake up at 4 every morning. But this morning I woke up at 3 a.m. I turned over, I pulled the duvet over my head, squinted my eyes. I don't know why. I thought that would make me fall asleep. It didn't work. Some words just kept going over and over and over in my head. So while under the duvet, I pulled the phone and I started typing the words in my head. It kind of makes sense, but I'm going to read it as I typed it. And this is called Acceptance, Love, and Kindness. So here goes. Too often we forget that we all make mistakes, that no one of us is perfect, and that we all get it wrong at some times. Yes, instead of showing some level of understanding, the focus is on finger pointing, reducing people to the worst things that they have done. We malign, we criticize, we ostracize. We are quick to tell others of their mistakes, highlight even minor acts of negativity. We encourage name calling. We label people as useless, hopeless, stupid, and incompetent. We tell others an exaggerated version of the facts so that they too will say things like, that person is wicked, mean, and nasty. But when the spotlight turns on us, we are always the first to plead. Don't define me by my transgressions. We all make mistakes. How about we take time to understand others, look at them from deep inside, connect to some of the issues they are bearing silently, recognize and acknowledge that their life experience is different to yours, that their level of understanding and logic is based on their upbringing, which isn't necessarily like yours. I say, take heed. And when other people make a mistake, stop. Consider that inherently we all want the same. We are yearning for acceptance, love, and kindness. I say, don't judge them by the errors they make, nor hold interactions against them. Don't bear malice and grudge. Stop the nonsense of refusing to forgive others. Treat them the way you long to be treated. And remember that we are inherently all wanting the same, yearning for acceptance, love, and kindness. 3 a.m. this morning in my sleep. So now I would love to introduce to you my son's son from another mother and another father too, Mr. Super Trini Vibes, because he's got a few words that he wrote. I think he wrote his in his sleep too, you know. Super Trini, over to you, babe.
I don't understand. Where's all of that? I just say our host has a few words that he'd like to say. Then I have to say all of that. You're gonna have people thinking that I go come over with a big cape and or some. I will just drop in on everybody in their Zoom and be like, "Hey, it's me again. Hello, good evening. All you good? Everybody all right? Wherever it is." Wherever it is you are around the world, around the globe, it's such a pleasure to have you on UGiveHope Fridays. Yanzi, before you go and before I say my few words, can you please also let everyone know about the event happening next week Tuesday, as well as the emergency fund once again, so that everyone has the opportunity to hear it firsthand, as well as be able to share it with their friends and family.
Certainly. So next Tuesday, National Day of Reflection. We are asking us here, actually the whole population, for 1 minute silence at 12 o'clock to remember those who we have loved and we have lost. At between 7 and 8:30, UGiveHope, Ubele, Mainstream Efficacy, Majonzi Front, we will all be having a little Zoom session for an hour and a half, just to talk about the launch of the Majonzi Fund, where people can apply for a small grant to do a memorial for those that they have loved and lost. The Majonzi Fund has accumulated, we're just short of 100K, so we're trying to get to £100,000, we're just short of it. And the idea is that, you know, people can apply for the funds. We're going to do a first round now, and hopefully later on in the year, we'll be able to do another round so people can apply again. If you have any bright ideas, folk, any fundraising ideas, bring it to us. I'm not going to call names, but there's a special person in our UGiveHope family who has volunteered to help with the fundraising and maybe doing a Cycle Caribbean tour for us. So watch this space. But any ideas you have on how we could raise some funds, pop along. If you yourself want to apply for the funding to commemorate a loved one, pop along. Next Friday, our UGiveHope event is going to be a special hot scorcher burner event, because we too will be doing our own version of National Day of Reflection. So if you want to come and do a poem, a song, whatever it is, or you know a friend who knows a friend, get in touch with myself, Brian, or Super Trini Vibes. The more the merrier. We want to be going for a few more hours. As Trinis would say, we want to hot up the place. So please share your talent. And Super Trini, we're waiting anxiously to hear your piece of verse.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Yanzi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have that support, you know, reach out and share it with someone, give everyone the opportunity to share in the African diaspora and share in what it is we have within the African diaspora. And it's such a pleasure to see so many people smiling on a Friday evening or a Friday afternoon, wherever it is you are around the world. We say thank you so much. So, like Yanzi, I don't sleep much. I spend my time. Well, I used to spend my time mainly watching movies or watching some kind of TV program on Netflix or whatever. But over the last probably say 2 months, I've actually done a lot more of reflection, writing. I'll probably start writing something, write a few words, and then I'll go back to it. But today, as it's self-love, that's the theme for You Give Hope this Friday, I started writing something, and let's see if it is where it is I've reached is okay. Self-love, a constant journey. See what you may, be as you are. Let the self show. Let the self glow. In time, it will grow. People want you to be yourself, but not yourself. Selfish, self-work, selfless, self-drive, self-conscious, self-indulgence. The list is short for now, but as we continue to grow, it can be added to. Sleep on it. Harmonize. Be at peace. Search for self. Love is waiting for you to attach, integrate, and though that union, growth and empowerment within oneself is assured. Self love, a constant journey. That's my small little piece. I'm probably going to work on it again, but I felt that I should share with you all on You Give Hope Fridays. There's a little bit of sunshine coming my way to you all, and I hope that my words fill your house and the words of everyone and the inspiration shared by each and every person right here on You Give Hope Fridays. So thank you so much for being here. And I have a few more words, and I like to open with, as always, a little bit of music, a little bit of love from my house to your house as we journey on You Give Hope Fridays. Let's jam for a little bit, all right?
Oh yeah yeah yeah, oh yeah yeah yeah, oh yeah yeah yeah, oh yeah yeah yeah. If somebody hate you, give them the magic finger, yeah. But to my friends and family, yeah. Thanks for the love, thanks for the love. Thank you for teaching but my people how to love.
Abijay, Nevin, Makisha, Florence, Kemi, Nigel as well, the Admiral, Adrian, my brother. Shout out to Lindell, Amanda, Yvonne as well, Alexander the Great, Will. Shout out to my mom as well, Yvonne, as well as Brian, who's about to head out to work. I'm wishing you all a fantastic weekend, and make sure and join us on Tuesday, National Day of Reflection, and then of course next week Friday, where it is we're going to be jamming for a little bit longer. Oh my goodness, as we ease out of another You Give Hope Friday. Shout out to Yvonne as well. Let's talk intimacy and self-love next week Saturday. Like I was writing my thing with you in mind, or what? I'm playing. Good night, everyone. Be safe, be blessed, stay safe, one love, and thank you so much for joining UGiveHope Fridays.
And thank you, Super Trini, for sharing the afternoon with us. Much love to everyone.
Good
And
night.
it's my birthday next week, everybody.
Goodbye.
Oh my goodness. Good evening.
Goodbye.
Bye bye everybody. Ba-ba-da-ba-da.